Welcome to the Cheapshow podcast, where we review horror movies you can stream for free. You got me, Tony Frost, and
Steven.
And still no Sean Stud. He is missing the show again. We got to change his name to Sean Dud.
Hi-yo.
So we'll see what's going on with Sean. He took his talents to Texas, as far as we know. That was the last we heard. So we'll see what's going on with him. But, we'll just keep going with what we have going then.
Yeah, so Candyman, we're doing the one from 2021.
We're doing Candyman today.
Yeah, which is a better direct follow-up to the one from 1992. You had Candyman, Candyman 2, Farewell to Flesh, Candyman 3, I think like Candyman 47 came out at some point. But this one is more like the Halloween sequels, where it just pretty much picks up years later on the original story in Chicago instead of whatever the other movies did. I saw the second one. I don't even think I saw the third one.
No, I didn't see the third one. I saw the second one too. It wasn't good.
It was so not good.
I tapped out. This movie was based in Chicago, and we might be using some Chicago slang here while we talk about this movie.
We might say Joe.
Joe is Chicago slang. Wopty, you dig?
Wopty, foom fop.
Foom fop. You might hear some of that.
You might say something about mild sauce.
Mild sauce could also be mentioned, as well as the Violot.
Yep. Or the Viaduct.
Viaduct.
As long as you don't say viaduct, you can stay.
That's right.
Because that's for nerds.
Maine instead of man. What up, Maine?
Cuz. He say cuz, but not like in L.A. Man, you all right, cuz? You straight?
Yeah, yep. It's used differently.
You might say you straight, which means like 15 different things.
Right.
You straight means, are you okay? You straight means, nah, you're okay. Like, leave me alone. Like, you good.
Right.
You good?
You good?
Nah, you good. It can also mean, I'm okay.
Right. So
it also mean, get the fuck away from me.
Are there more?
For you good?
Yes.
Let's see. Do you have any drugs? Are you good? Do you want any drugs?
Right.
You about to get stolen if you get the fuck away from me?
Right.
Please leave my presence.
Right.
Are you okay? Right. I am okay.
All right.
That's the only one I can think of.
That's pretty good. Off the top of your head.
Okay, so, but anyway, so this Candyman 2021 is a direct follow-up. Nia Costa? Nia Costa?
Who's Nia Costa?
Nia Costa or Acosta? Hold on, let me see. Nia DaCosta. Sorry about that. Nia DaCosta directed it, and it was written by Jordan Peele, Wynn Rosenfeld, and Nia DaCosta. It's just a direct sequel to the 1992 one, and it follows a similar story. There's this guy who's an artist.
If you had seen the original, it was the kid, right? That he ended up being the kid.
It's fucking spoiler. You're just trying to like later in the movie.
Spoiled. Whatever, dude.
Well, let's do it again. Spoiler. Don't put that.
All right.
What if anybody's seen it? Okay,
it's been out 3 years already.
That's true. Yeah, fuck it. If you haven't seen it by now, then spoiler. But yeah, the kid is in the original one. They have Virginia Madsen plays Helen Lyle. She's looking for this legend of Candyman, who's this. He was a painter who got killed by an angry lynch mob for sleeping with one of their daughters, and then they like smeared honey on his chest and tortured him and shit, and jammed a hook in his hand.
Damn, Joe.
Yeah, right. So now when you say his name, in 1992, when you say his name 5 times in the mirror, he will come out and split you from stem to sternum, right?
You're going to get the wop that you did.
You get straight foom fop. So in this one, at the end of the first one, Helen Lyle, the white lady who's trying to look up Candyman, she ends up at this bonfire with this baby. Long story. And she saves the baby from being burned to death. That baby is a painter in this new one. If you have seen the original, then you probably would have worked it out ahead of time. I worked it out just from the commercials. If you haven't seen the original, then it won't matter. It won't be much of a reveal for you anyway. But anyway, so this guy is a painter now, 30 years later. Yeah, 30
Something
years
like
later.
that.
Yeah, 1992 came out 2020, about 30 years later. And he's painting. He discovers this thing about Candyman. He wants a new idea. So he ends up basically summoning him one night. Like everybody else just doesn't take it seriously.
Yeah, you got to say his name like 5 times or something.
Yeah, and he does that, and then his life just fucking falls apart from it. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
You talking about the original or this one?
This one. Well, real quick, too, it was based on one of the books of blood by Clive Barker called The Forbidden. So, but they put it in Chicago, which a lot of English people seem to say is like a lot like London. They did it with high fidelity, too. They set it here, set it in the projects, and yeah, that was 92, and they just followed up from here.
They did a pretty good job in this one about showing more of the Candyman from like the 80s, I guess. In
Oh yeah, like the 70s.
Yeah, the 70s
and 80s,
Candyman. I thought that was pretty good. Like the police are always out there because it was the projects back then.
Yeah.
And they were actually looking for him, right? As how the movie started.
Yeah, in the 70s, they were looking for him because some kid got razor blade in their candy, so they blamed it on him.
The white kid.
Of course, after they killed him, then more kids ended up getting razor blade in their candy. It's like, oh, hey, guess what? Guess it wasn't him after all.
That's right. That's right.
So he fit the description, though.
Yeah, he got murdered, and the ghost is back. Yeah,
Ghost is back.
Yeah, Return of the Mac. Actually, with that coat he be wearing, he got that pimp coat.
It's a pimp ass coat.
It is dirty as fuck.
Dirty as fuck. He a dirty pimp.
Yeah, dude. So
dirty pimp.
The movie I thought was pretty good. You had mentioned that they shot it similar to the original, and the sound quality was similar. It was like that. It kind of takes you into like a different. It immerses you into like the movie,
the world of Candyman.
The world of Candyman. So that was pretty good, but at some point I felt kind of bored, and I don't think it's because it was a bad movie. I just felt kind of bored because of the aesthetics, I guess.
Oh, it was a little too. The palette was a little too warm. The color palette was a little too warm for you.
A little bit.
Put you to sleep.
Yeah, just a little bit, like fucking listening to old. What's that dude name from G Unit? Lloyd Banks. Yeah, like it's old Lloyd Banks. We rap, put your ass to sleep.
That's funny.
But yeah, so I think that's what made me a little bored. But other than that, I thought the movie was pretty good.
Yeah, I like this one. I thought they did a really good job.
I really like the fact that, too, it was on the South Side, and there was some South Side slander, which for people who aren't from Chicago, we represent the West Side, and the South Side is where Candyman takes place.
See, this is on the North Side. Candyman's on the North Side.
Oh, it's on the North Side.
Dude was from the South Side.
Yeah, he was from the South Side. That's right. But there was definitely some South Side slander involved, which is always welcome.
I want to say this too for people who aren't from here. People think because it's the most famous that Cabrini Green was the roughest project. It was not. None of the ones up north. I mean, don't get it twisted. There was no joke, but you had to get out south. Like on the west side, we had Rockwell, which was pretty brutal, but you had to get like Robert Taylor, the Ickies. What's the other one? Ida B. Wells. We used to call it Ida B. Scared. All them South Side ones. Horner.
The Hornets.
Yeah, the Hornets. Henry Horner projects. Basically everywhere between like Roosevelt and like 43rd on Indiana and Michigan was like just don't drive over there.
Yeah.
So just real quick, just so y'all know, like the as far as the worst projects, they was all on the South Side.
Yeah, man. Let's see, this movie. You know what else was kind of fucked up about this movie too? After that little history lesson for y'all that's not from Chicago, is the fact that it was pretty horrible to watch this guy transform into Candyman.
Oh, body horror. Ugh.
By body horror, we mean something like, when they show people getting poked with needles and they show it up close, or showing somebody's teeth getting pulled or something. You know what I mean?
Fingernails sliding off.
It was a lot of stuff like that, and it was pretty gruesome to watch.
Yeah, it was brutal, man. Those scenes are rough to watch. And he just do look so bad by the time he turned to Candyman. It's just like you almost start itching. That shit look nasty.
Yeah, it'll make you itch. And his hand in the first place, dude, he messed up his hand and, he got stung by a bee and then it festered.
Yeah.
And he was like digging in his hand at one point and like,
It's
oh
fucking
man,
gross.
it had to stink. You know how much he stank, dude.
His skin when it was turning all that nasty shit. Probably had that weird flesh hospital smell.
Dude, his mom still let him in the house and shit.
Right,
That's
but
true
she
love.
got closer and was like, ugh. She saw that nigga face. She's like, ew.
Yeah, he was in bad shape.
Fuck is wrong with you?
But she did a lot for him though. Like she killed. Wait, did she kill? She didn't kill anybody.
Nah,
did
she didn't kill nobody. What the only she did for him was keep his fucking history away from him.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
She got the nigga out the projects. So
Got him out
shout
the
out
projects.
to mom. Shout out to mom.
Saved him from the fire.
Right. Set it up so that he can have a rich girlfriend,
Right.
art critic or whatever she was.
Whatever
Art curator. She's a curator.
Oh, that's what she. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to the girlfriend for being so supportive too. She stuck with that motherfucker even when he was turning into Candyman.
She sure did. The whole way.
Woo, better than me, man.
To the end, bro.
Forget it.
Yeah, so that was. I think that was probably the most gruesome part. He did kill a lot of people in this too.
Yeah, there's some graphic killings, but the body horror was the thing that killed me. Like watching him pull his fingernails and pull skin back.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. You know what, too, though? The original Candyman, I mean, like so they do a lot of, like, flashbacks in this movie, and the flashbacks of the old Candyman, like, he don't look scary. He looks like he was kind of slow or something.
Yeah. He looked like he was a special needs dude, but after he turned to Candyman, his face is fucked.
Yeah. Oh, they also show like a flashback to the original Candyman that we know, Tony Todd.
Tony Todd, shout out to Tony Todd.
Yeah, he made a cameo. And is he still alive?
Of course he's still alive. I follow him on Twitter.
Oh, that's
He
terrific.
was on Horror Noir on Shudder.
That's terrific news.
Yeah, he was. He's also the brother in the Night of the Living Dead remake.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that one. We did the old one.
Yeah, he played the brother in the remake. He was also he's in all the Final Destination movies too. He's the
Right.
The coroner?
The coroner, yeah.
The coroner, yeah. That's one Mac Daddy you don't even want to fuck with.
Yeah. So he popped up in here.
Yo, he improvised that fucking line, dude. Ain't no way a white dude wrote that shit in the script.
What was it?
When they go talk to him in Final Destination, he talks about the Grim Reaper.
Okay.
And you said that's one Mac Daddy you don't even want to fuck with.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Somebody could have wrote that in there.
They might have wrote something different. I'm pretty confident that Tony Todd's like, no, I'm gonna say this.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it this way.
And they was like, cool, because he's already fucking horror royalty at that point, just from doing Candyman.
Yeah, Candyman put him over the top.
And he's also wasn't he a security guard in Wishmaster?
I think you're right.
He said, I would love to see you go through me or something like that. And dude turned him into a window.
That's right.
And he walked through him.
Right through him. That was pretty hilarious.
That was hilarious. But yeah, so I mean, I like this movie. I like the kills. I like the story. I don't think it's too ham-fisted. I feel like there's some, like they kind of get into both sides of gentrification because you get into the artists coming in these areas. You get into the city, like basically fucking pulling support from a lot of these areas. You get into, white folks coming in and gentrifying it and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So, and the two main characters were kind of part of the gentrification.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they were not really outside of it because they were living in one of these places that was part of that.
Yeah, even though they were black, they did not know the history. Like, were they really from Chicago? Maybe not.
Dude supposedly was from the South Side. I don't know where she was from.
Right.
But
I did wonder that watching the movie where she was from because she never really.
She spoke French.
She did speak French. That was hot.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's like the Addams Family. Tish, you spoke French.
That's correct. So,
what'd you think? What'd you think about it?
I told you I liked it. I just thought it was a little boring, but not, not at any fault of like how the movie was made or anything.
So you thought the pacing was off or it was just too drawn out?
Yeah, it was a little drawn out.
All right.
Just a little bit. They could have not had some of that stuff in there. The end scene wasn't bad, but by the time it got to the end, I didn't really, I was like, that's cool. He killed some cops and stuff. That's great. But, I was already kind of over the movie. But it's still good. I still would recommend it.
All right. Well, yeah, I liked it. I got no complaints, man. I could see how you could maybe they could have cut a few things, but overall, yeah, I thought they did a really good job. I feel like they did a better job of this sequel than Halloween did with their sequels.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Jess Baez, the comedian from Chicago. She had a...
Yeah, she was in the art gallery scene.
Yeah, she was in the art gallery scene. I'm pretty sure that was
Had
her.
to be her.
Yeah.
Had to be her.
Shout out. Chicago's own.
Yeah, man.
But...
By the way, before I forget, this is playing on Freevee. So you can watch this for free on Freevee.
Oh, yeah, it's good to say.
Which used to be the IMDb channel. I used to watch Batman on there.
Well, now is Batman still on there?
I think so. Me and the kids used to watch. Anyway, Freevee, Freevee. Candyman's playing on there.
Yep. And that's it, guys. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, pretty short. Simple to the point. Until next time. Later.